mean, at the end of the day, we are building the case, if you will, for why our podcast is important, why we feel our podcast is important.
Hmm.
Um, because the black family, black marriage, it's important. And it's important for us to change the culture that, so that we can decrease the amount of people who've never been married and increase the amount of strong black families that are that are created within the country.
All right, we're out. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, clearly we still need to do a new intro.
We're doing this in stages,
Yeah,
y'all.
stages. We've been rolling it out, but appreciate y'all. So the niche market that we are now kind of pivoting towards a little bit, just zooming in on, is going to be kind of couples and married couples that are interested in building wealth, right? And we really want this show to highlight examples of married couples that come on here who are building wealth, whether it's through real estate, whether it's through entrepreneurship, people that come on and be able to talk about healthy habits that they've done either within the marriage or healthy habits that they promote as a coach. And we really just want this show, this podcast, and this brand to be a community and beacon for positive black love and wealth.
Yes,
Yeah, you agree with all that, Sinclair?
absolutely.
Beautiful. Anything you want to sprinkle on that before we get into some beautiful statistics?
No, no, I think you covered it.
Beautiful. Okay, well, let's get into it. If you're watching, we will throw up some graphics. If you are listening, we will just be as detailed as possible. But we wanted to go over some data from blackdemographics.com on just married couples, period, in America, right? So if we can throw that up, King Jair, appreciate you. And Sinclair, with her amazing eyes, will read the percentage of black folks in America that are married.
Yes. So if we're looking at black people in general, 30% are married, 50% have never been married,
Mm,
12% are divorced. I don't know if we want to go through all of them. 3% separated, 6% widowed.
thank you, Queen.
Mhm.
So it's interesting to think about if we know, or it's kind of connected, right? That marriage leads to longer life, that marriage leads to healthier habits. The fact that we are the least married
Mm.
and most never married,
Right.
slightly concerning
Yeah.
from a health person's perspective. Talk to me about your thoughts on that.
The fact that we are the most never married and the least married.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, just based off of wow, I cannot say
You are
that word.
struggling with that word.
Statistics. Man, based on the statistics I just went over, I mean, it if you think about the fact that the marriage statistics and the health statistics coincide in that, if marriage is better for your health, we are the least married and the
Yeah,
most struggling, if you
in
will,
health.
within the health,
Yeah.
right? So that it matches up with what the studies are showing.
Hmm.
So that is an interesting thing, that a connection that I did make. Like, okay, maybe there's something to that whole,
Yeah.
marriage making you healthier situation.
Yeah. And I didn't put this slide up, but there is a another kind of a statistic on like the top 10 I think reasons for dying for black
Mm-hmm.
people. Number 1 was heart disease.
Mm.
I believe it was like 77,000 people are dying every single year from
Wow.
heart disease, period. And we know if your cortisol levels are higher, that can be messing up with your heart, high
Mm-hmm.
blood pressure, all of that stuff. So I think it is an interesting connection that maybe as we go along with the next 100, 200 episodes of this show, we dive deeper into. But yeah, 30% married, 50% never married.
That's so high.
It's so high.
That's the one I didn't think. I would have thought the divorce rate would have been higher, but they're
Mm,
like the never married 50%.
50%
Half
never
of us
married.
have never been married. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
What do you think is causing that?
Um, I think it's I think a large part of it is the kind of the stigma around marriage and and divorce that happens afterwards.
Mhm.
Um, I think that, I mean, depends how deep you want to go. I think that there's a lot of history that goes into
Yep.
why, um, marriage is not marriage may not be as built into our culture as it is in others.
Mhm.
Um, but I think that, yeah, that's crazy. I think that historically, having the black man kind of ripped out of the black family
Mhm.
definitely did something to the concept of marriage, I think, in the black community.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think the kind of the idea that so many marriages lead to divorce, I think it does kind of scare some people away. Like, why
Yeah.
even bother?
And that's something that I think I want us to, as a show, be able to fight back a little bit, because yes, there are some marriages that end in divorce, and I feel like because divorce has been so normalized, we expect that, like, oh, if you get married, eventually you'll get divorced. But looking at the statistics, it's not most people,
Right.
right? It's 12%
Right.
of black marriages end up in a divorce, which isn't that high if you really think about it.
That's so interesting because it's like almost like if that is the reason, it's like folks are scared for something that's not even really the reality. More
Right.
people are scared of, getting married again,
Hmm.
if that's the main reason, scared of actually diving in for
Hmm.
what could happen when really it's what was 12% or something like that.
12%.
So when compared to 50% of people that never actually get married,
Right.
very, very interesting.
Yeah, let us know what y'all think. Go ahead and leave us a comment, send us a DM. Let us know why you feel like 50% of black folks in America are never getting married. Now, based on my little research that I did, I think it's directly kind of what you were talking about, directly connected to the prison industrial complex.
Mhm.
So little history lesson, right? 1971, President Nixon really started like the war on drugs.
Mhm.
And this is where we see a lot of men of color, specifically black men, being locked up for drugs. We see the epidemic of cocaine versus crack, and where you have cocaine, you're only going to jail for a few years, maybe. If you have crack, it's almost like a life sentence,
Right.
right? We saw tons of people going to jail for hemp, for marijuana, which now they've been kind of released now that's been legalized. But tons of black males
Mhm.
were getting locked up, right? And at one point, let me look at the statistics. By the year 2000, 500,000 black men were in prison.
Mm, mm, mm.
So we think about how 50% of black folks are never married. If 500,000 eligible bachelors
Right.
are in jail, in prison, there's no opportunity to get married. And
Mhm.
then once they do hopefully get free, they come home. Now they're 45, 50 years old, they're home. It might be difficult to start dating at that point,
Right.
right? The dating rules have probably changed since the 70s. Right? You can't
Mhm.
wear the same slim suit, right? You know what I'm saying? You can't wear the same heels with the fish in it, like
Can't do the same cat calling that was
no,
socially
all,
acceptable.
all that game doesn't necessarily work anymore, right? So it's like you're coming back, and you may want to date, you may not, but coming back, even trying to date, can be very different. Like you gotta get on all these apps now. There's Instagram,
You on the
Facebook,
apps?
right? What Tinder? Like it's just like, how do you even learn how to date when you've been indoctrinated, when you've been in prison for that many years?
Right.
So that's what I'm connecting it to.
Mhm.
One of many things, but definitely the spike in black men and black men of color being sent to jail for the war on drugs.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything you want to add to that, Queen?
No, I think that is spot on. 500,000 people. That's I mean, that's that's a large percentage of, like you said, the eligible bachelors in the nation. So
Mhm.
that's crazy.
Right. That's literally 500,000 families
Right.
that could have started.
Right.
Right. That's a million children, because the average married couple, black married couple, has 2 to 3 kids.
Mhm.
So if you have 500,000 men in jail, if they weren't in jail, we would assume hopefully that they would have started families. That's literally a million kids
Yep.
that may not have been born, many families.
This is bringing me back to the Social Proof podcast we just listened to
Hmm.
yesterday.
Talk a little louder for me, Queen.
Um, they were talking about, um, they were talking about the what brought it. I'm trying to think of the
They were
root of their
talking
conversation.
about uh code switching.
Yes, that's where it came from, code switching, and then it just took a uh took a turn, and then they started talking about like um the black family and how it's been an agenda to like destroy the black family.
Yep.
I think the prison industrial complex is obviously one of the biggest, I think,
Yep.
ways that they've tried to destroy the black family for
Oh
sure.
yeah. And I've said since the beginning, right? When we talk about why love is so important to me, I feel like starting a strong, beautiful, amazing black family is the most revolutionary thing you can do,
Mhm.
right? Because there's so many things that are pulling us, so many things that are pulling the black woman this way, the black man this way, our kids that way. But if you can somehow fight against those forces and you can build a beautiful, healthy
Yeah,
black family that's proud to be black and they see themselves in each other, it's the most revolutionary thing you can do. It's
dangerous.
dangerous. It's dangerous, and that's one of the things that we're hoping this podcast, this show will help do. And if we can put up, Jair, the just statistics for all races being married within the United States, just to compare a little bit, right? So if you're looking at how many white Americans are married, what's that percentage?
52.
52%. That's beautiful. And how
Yep.
much are never married?
28. Almost
28. So it's
half.
like it's literally the reverse.
Right.
That's interesting. Literally the reverse. How about our Latino population?
43% married, 43% never married. Half
Okay.
half.
Okay. And then who has the highest divorce rates?
It's high between black and white.
Okay.
Both have
Interesting.
12%.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
Asian folks have the highest percentage of marriage at 58.
Come on, API community. We see y'all. I wonder what caused that. Like these differences. I wonder, are they cultural? Are
Mhm.
they societal, political? What do you
Well,
think?
probably a bit of both. Because
Hmm.
I think if we're, um, I think there are still some cultures that do like arranged marriages and things like that.
Hmm.
So if that's obviously a whole different type of culture where yeah you're going to get married regardless. So I think that that is obviously coming into the statistics as well.
Hmm.
So I think that a lot of those will fall into that Asian community. So that's probably a factor.
Interesting stuff. So the title of this show was called "The Wealth of Black Love," if I'm not mistaken. So I do want to kind of pivot us a little bit and start talking about income, start talking about net worth. So in your opinion, do you think there's a economic benefit to being married? All right, we're gonna get back to the episode in a second, but breathe. If you've ever had a brilliant idea, I'm pretty sure everybody just took a breath right there, right? Because we all have amazing ideas. But I got a question for you. What's stopping you from taking that idea and actually making it into a business, actually executing on your brilliance? My name is Devon Truvel, and in 2018, I was able to create, market, and sell my own product while still working a 9 to 5. And through the years, I've taken the lessons we've learned, the expensive webinars that I've gone to, and the dozens of business books that I've read, and I've discovered 7 simple steps to launch your business. If you're ready to take your business idea to the next level and make it real and start making profit from your passion, head to www.launchitcommunity.com and grab yourself the book. We've been able to make it very simple, affordable, and easier than ever to start that business while still working your 9 to 5. And we take entrepreneurs every single Friday and we talk to them. We teach them about how to use social media. We teach them about how to set up their Instagram account, how to use Shopify, how to use Printful and other tools that can help you take your business to the next level, but not take tons of time away from your 9 to 5 and your busy life that you already have. So if you're ready to take that idea to the next level, make sure you head to www.launchitcommunity.com, get yourself a book, and join our free accountability calls. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Yes.
You
That's
questioned
not
it.
my forte. I couldn't tell
Mhm,
you like what all the ways, but I mean they say like tax. Although I feel like there's some belief that being married helps you in taxes, but then you were explaining the other day,
yep,
you just have to know how to do your taxes, doing them filing individually versus filing as joint
yep,
makes a difference. Um, yeah, I think just the idea that you're putting two people's incomes together helps you helps you automatically, I think, wealth wise,
Mhm.
because yeah, you just have a bigger pot of money to go out and do things. Yes, we would be able to, invest in real estate separately, but we can do a lot more together.
Right. Yes, and I 100% agree with you. Two bags are better than one bag, right? So you got a
Yeah.
bag, I got a bag. We bring it together. Boom, we got one big bag, and now we can do a lot of moves together, right? So some more statistics for you. Number one, the median married household income is $81,000,
Mm,
right? And median is the income in the middle, not necessarily the average. But if you line up all the incomes for all married couples from 0 to 50 million, that's Jay-Z and Beyonce. The middle number would be 81,000. Now, the median single mother household income is $35,000, right? Now, it's going to be kind of stat heavy, but 46% of black children are living in single mother households.
46.
46%, almost half of the children in America are living in single mother households,
Black children.
black children, single mother households making $35,000 a year. Right. So when we think about the outcomes for our kids, and this is no shade to single mothers, no, y'all are superheroes. Y'all are doing everything that you can with that 35,000. Y'all making it stretch, flip, backflip, Christmas on Monday, all types of stuff. Right. No shade to the magic that y'all are doing out there for sure. But looking at what you're able to do with 35 versus what you would be able to do with 81, I think it's not no question that your kids will be able to do possibly more things.
Mhm,
Maybe you can travel other places. I don't know what type of healthcare you have access to, but I would assume you have access to higher healthcare. And
mhm,
there's just more stuff that you can do with literally two times the amount of money because
mhm,
you have both homes. Rent would be virtually the same, right? Proportionately,
mhm,
right? Stuff you're spending on food would be the same because you still got the same number of kids, right? But you have more income now. So just something to think about as, again, married couples are able to make more money and produce possibly more for their kids as well.
mhm.
Um, Statistics on net worth. Right. We got a slide that we're gonna pull up on net worth. Queen, I'm gonna have you use your eagle eyes to, let's just go with 2020,
2020 is not a year on
2016. What's that year?
2016. What about it?
2016. What was the net worth?
Okay, you gonna pull me back and then ask me a small number. Um, for Black Americans, 17,150.
17,000 was the median net worth for black families, and then for white families, it's the top number.
80, oh, 171,000.
171. 10x
Yep.
difference in the net worth of black families versus white families. What do you think is causing that divide, that gap?
I mean, we just talked about it, the fact that 50, almost 50% of the households are
Mm,
single parent household automatically is going to decrease the amount of money coming into those households.
mhm,
So that's probably one of the biggest factors.
yep. Another one is home ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was like 40%, which is pretty good. 42% of black Americans own their home, but it was 60 something percent, 64% for United States period, right? So when I saw 42, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
we out here, we rocking. And I think when you look at the statistics for like southern states, it's much higher
makes
than
sense.
statistics for like a New York or for a
Chicago.
California, right? But when you look at like a Mississippi, a Louisiana, and Alabama, the black homeownership rates are relatively high. So shout out to y'all if you're in Alabama, if you're in Mississippi, if you're in New Orleans, keep doing your thing. We see y'all. Us out here in California,
It's a
it's a
struggle.
struggle. It's a little bit of a struggle. But that's definitely leading to, I think, that gap.
Yeah.
The two incomes, the home ownership. And I wasn't able to find like stock investment stats, but I assume that that would be a stat as well. Is my money talk boring you, Sinclair? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
That's how you feel?
basically. Basically, that's what my body said.
Mm. What you got for me?
4.
Just wealth in general. Yes, Queen.
I mean, at the end of the day, we are building the case, if you will, for why our podcast is important, why we feel our podcast is important.
Mhm,
Um, because the black family, black marriage, it's important. And it's important for us to change the culture that, so that we can decrease the amount of people who've never been married and increase the amount of strong black families that are that are created within the country, so that
mm,
because that is one of the I don't want to say surefire ways, but it is much easier to build wealth when you have that strong family unit.
mm,
So yeah.
agreed. Who was just on a cover of a magazine? I don't know what magazine they were on the cover of, but it was Cardi and Offset, and I didn't know they had so many kids. They had like 3 kids, 4 kids?
They have two kids.
Um,
Offset has other kids.
got you. It was a good, beautiful black family
Hmm.
image of them on a magazine. Everyone was dripped out, looking dope, and then just to see a strong black family on there, yeah, I think that's cool.
Hmm.
All right, I think the more you can make black love or black marriage look cool,
Hmm.
the more people are gonna want to do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
And that's one thing that I have been liking about the hip hop culture lately. I feel
Mm,
like there are, artists coming out, with their queens, stepping out with their queens and
yeah.
having that being cool. And like the, oh, you got you one, like get you one type of thing. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's a subtle ways that we can start to change the culture, is making stuff like that cool.
Yeah.
Making I love the semi similar thing happening with health. You got like Rick Ross and people going vegan and stuff like that, right? And
Yeah.
they do that and they talk about it, and people are like, oh, okay, well, he's cool, he's got money, I'm trying to be like him, okay? So it's I should not that you need to go vegan, but think about your health, right? So I love that it's that people are trying to make things like this, like marriage, like
Mm,
health, all of these things, like mental health, like making it cool, people in the spotlight. I
mm,
think they have a somewhat of a responsibility to be vocal and be visible about these things so that
mm.
it can start to change that culture.
Oh yeah, I agree. So how do we, as regular people, how do we make black love marriage look cool? What are things that you think we can do, or even people who are watching, we're like, yeah, I'm married, I want to be cool. Like, what can we do to make it look cool, or just embrace that culture and amplify that culture to other people?
Yeah. So I think part of it is social media. Like, most folks have some type of some form of social media, and
Mm,
within your level of comfort, I think it's important to show, your family, your marriage off so that folks see it.
mm.
Um,
Like one of your favorite families is the Belief in Fatherhood family.
yes,
Shout out to Belief and the whole squad.
love them. They're just so adorable.
Why are they, for folks who don't know them, why are they adorable?
Um, because yeah, they're just a like regular black family, and by regular I mean like it's not like Kardashians, like they live this lavish lifestyle. Like they're
Mhm,
they're they're a normal family, and you just get to see like what the normal struggles that they go through. And Belief, the father, does a great way of just narrating and
yeah,
teaching through the ordinary struggles. Like one of their kids was um they were fighting, and then as a punishment, if you will, they had to do a puzzle. And then the two brothers couldn't get along or whatever, so one of them basically took a stand and said, I'm not doing this puzzle. So it was like a 3 week like stand down that we got to see, on YouTube and throughout his videos of, just the stuff that they'd be going through.
mhm,
But it is really nice to see that strong family unit, and he's literally been recording them since the birth of their first
yeah,
child, Theo. And so, yeah, it's been really cool just to be able to see the progression of their family. Again, he gets very real, which I like, of like, this is what we went through and this is how we're getting past it.
mhm,
So yeah, they go through trials and triumphs, and to just be able to witness that and see like, okay, what are some of the situations we're gonna have to go through, and be able to
yeah,
talk about those ahead of time before we get to that situation, is helping us be able to set our foundation as a black family. So I think that's one of the benefits of putting yourself out there,
mhm,
is that other people get to see it and learn from those mistakes and triumphs.
yeah,
Being able to learn from those ahead of time.
You plan on vlogging your kids?
Yes, I don't know if I'll vlog them that much, but they'll definitely be vlogged.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Y'all heard it here first, y'all. Y'all heard it here first. Okay, so I think I want to jump into our Ask Declare segment. Are you
Okay,
ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
My name is Sinclair, and I'm a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner who has created a program that takes a deep dive into your hormone levels and your overall metabolic health to create a highly personalized weight loss protocol that will have you lose up to 30 pounds, gain energy, and have you feeling so good that you go into the back of the closet and pull out that freakum dress. We all have one. So, if you are ready to invest in the last weight loss program you will ever need, go to queen2queencoaching.com and book a discovery call to figure out which queen to queen package is right for you. Talk to you soon.
So my question for you, Queen, possibly for us, is what topics are you most excited to cover on this new show? I mean, think about the pivot. We're talking about, parenting, marriage,
Yeah.
wealth building, habit stacking. Shout out to all Atomic Habits. What and ET. But what are some topics, some episodes that you're looking forward to?
So I would say, like in the near future, like real estate conversations.
Mm,
We've already had a couple of those, but I feel like it's definitely something. It is definitely one of our main vehicles that we're using to catapult towards wealth. So
mm,
definitely looking forward to talking more about that as we go through it. Like getting our first investment property, being able to talk through what that has been like.
mm.
Um,
It's been a long process, I'll
it's
tell you
been a
that.
very long process. So I'm looking forward to getting real with y'all and talking about the pros and cons and stuff, so that you all can learn from our mistakes as well.
Mm,
Um and then, in the farther out future, I am looking forward to having those parenting conversations.
mm,
Um and yeah, so I'm looking forward to when we do have a family and now we're on here bringing our family
mm.
issues and drama and oh, they took their first step. Oh, like y'all gonna get to hear all of that stuff. So
Mhm.
I'm excited for that down the line as well.
Nice. So you're specifically excited for when we talk about our kids, not necessarily guests coming on talking
Oh, that
about
too. That too.
parenting. Okay.
Those hearing other people's stories are great too.
Okay.
Especially it's like, oh, I get to laugh and not have to do with it myself yet.
Cold. Mm.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to probably those two topics the most.
Okay. Okay.
How about you?
For me, I am looking forward to I want either a lawyer or someone who's started a family trust
Mm,
to come on and kind of walk us through what it's like to start a family trust. I was doing a lot of YouTube university research, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, on just the family trust structure and
mm-hmm.
how the Rockefeller family has theirs kind of set up, and they have like the waterfall method for how wealth and life insurance is built, and it all feeds into the living trust, but and then you can pull from the trust. It was just some really dope talk, and I was just like, oh, this is fascinating. I need to get this. So yeah, having someone on who's either done that specifically or something very similar, who can be
Mm-hmm.
like, this is exactly what we did. This is the lawyer that we use. This is why we did the thing that we did. And 3 generations from now, Delton Truvel Walker the fourth is going to be born a multimillionaire just because of the stuff that we did now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think, yeah, just that's just so dope to me to be able to set aside a strategy and build wealth, not for yourself, because unfortunately, or fortunately for next generation, but unfortunately for us, we're not going to see all of the seeds that we plant grow.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that our kids can't eat that fruit.
Right.
Right? That doesn't mean that our kids can't sit under that tree. Right. So I think it's beautiful the fact that you're able to plant these seeds for 5, 6 generations out. And yeah, just don't blow all the money, y'all. Okay. If you're watching this, the internet is still a thing 100 years
Please.
from now. Don't blow all the money. Thank you. Don't be
We
the
don't want to.
Vanderbilts.
Yeah, or the Mansa Musa.
Or there, don't be the Mansa Musa family.
That
Okay.
hurts.
It did. It did. If y'all don't know, Mansa Musa, King of Mali, was worth over $400 billion. But after his reign, within 1 generation, all that money,
Mm,
400 billion,
mm, mm.
was gone from his family. Right. So don't do that. Okay. Um, next question for you, Queen.
Yes.
What guest are you looking forward to having back that we already had on the TH4 show. But now that we're pivoting, now that we're doing a little bit of focus, you like, you know what? They need to come on back for round two.
Probably I definitely want to have Lovey and Snooks back. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta have them back.
Shout out to Married into Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for that one. You know me, I gotta have POP. POP, come on back, talk to us about content creation, specifically for like a family brand. What does it
Mm-hmm.
look like to try to build a belief in fatherhood brand or a family friendly Kardashian brand or something like that? Like, what's the thought process and the content behind that? Um, Star, come on back, talk
Yeah.
that investment talk. And then Xena for
Yes.
commercial real estate.
Yes,
Mm,
definitely Xena.
man, well, we got some heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go back through the Rolodex.
Rolodex.
But are they reels because it's video? Ooh.
Mm.
Mm. But go back through the Rolodex and see who we want to come on back to sprinkle some more wisdom for y'all, right? So last thing, Queen, what is one action that you want married couples to be able to take after listening to the show? And this doesn't have to be after like one episode, but after they've listened to it for a few months, what is something tangible that you want people to be able to do?
I want them to be able to look at their bank accounts and pull out $10,000
Mm,
and be like, we can do something with this,
mm,
whatever that is. Like,
mm,
hopefully, we've given them enough tools, enough resources to know that you can somehow take this and reinvest this into your family and make it grow for you.
mm,
Doesn't have to be any crazy amount of money, $10,000.
yeah,
Um, that's a very tangible thing that I would hope somebody after watching 5, 10 episodes of our podcast can be like, okay, so what are we gonna do with this? Or
mm,
take a tax return and figure out some way to help that continue to grow
yeah,
for their family and build that wealth.
yeah. I really like that because it is tax season.
Right.
Just finished our taxes. Hope you finish yours too. But I like the idea of helping folks be able to take their tax return money, whatever that is for you all, and be able to double it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Minimum, double it or create passive income for yourself. Right. So whether it's 1,000, 2,000, $10,000, how can you take that check from the government, from the taxes, and put it back into your own family, to your family's future? It's a good one. It's a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Thank you. What you?
I want, hmm, I want two things. One, I want folks to be prideful. What, what are you doing, Queen?
My rap is coming off.
Oh,
Don't mind
hey,
me.
hey, do your thing. Live podcast, y'all. But I want folks to be able to, I think, have pride in being married.
Mm.
I think some people take marriage as like a burden. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, I'm married.
Right.
Like you see it in their shoulder, you
I
see it in their
used to, but now
eyes.
I'm married.
Yeah, I'm married. I can't go out and have fun anymore. I can't
Mm-hmm.
do that anymore. And it's like, yes, you can't do certain things because you're being respectful, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff that now you can do because you're married. A lot of stuff that you can build up because you're married. You can now match all the time because you're married.
Oh.
Just stuff that we like to do, stuff that we like to do.
Permanent matching partner.
Yeah, swag yourself out. Always got someone to travel with, always got a road dog. You got someone who has your back authentically. I just feel like there's a lot of dope stuff for marriage
A
that,
venting partner.
huh?
A venting
A
partner.
venting partner for those out. I mean, I don't vent too much, but yeah, I'm always here for you, Queen. But yeah, I think I want people to be able to watch the show, see other married couples, and be like, oh yeah, you know what? It's cool. It is cool to be married. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? Let's go ahead and get a matching sweatsuit. Let's go ahead and travel to XYZ. Let's take proud pictures of our kids and really, I think, amplify the positive frequency of Black love and Black marriage.
Agreed. Agreed.
That's what I want. That's what I want. So if you know a couple that would rock with this frequency, make sure you send this episode to them. And better yet, if they would like to be on the podcast, they can send us a DM, they can comment, and we'll reach out. So
So
come through.
come through.
M4.
And four.
Melanated Married Millionaires in the making.
What he said.
Let's go.
Well, y'all already know. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna struggle saying this,
It's
but
a
let's
fact.
just make it a thing. How many times we'll see say it correctly.
Mhm.
Melanated Married Millionaires in the making.
There you go. You
A
just
little
you just
stumble.
you just you questioned yourself. You
Yeah.
can't question yourself. Yeah.
Millionaire. Millionaire.
Send help as soon as possible. But Queen, updates for the week. What's popping over there in your queendom?
Queendom. I
Mm,
like that.
mhm,
Um, let's see. We officially launched our Queen to Queen weight loss accountability group. Woo, woo. Matter of fact, today I've got to make sure we check in with our weekly goals. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then yeah, that's pretty much it.
mhm.
We excuse me. Um, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm trying to work on my funnel system. So Queen to Queen free accountability group. That's what we got popping. And basically that's a group where you can come if you've got a weight loss goal. You can come to the group, bring your goals, and we will help you stay accountable to and stay consistent to what you say you're going to do. That's basically it. So you can sign up at go to my Instagram at the 3E's Health Nerd, and the link in my bio will be the link to have you sign up for the weight loss accountability group. So we'll see you there. Thank you, Jair.
There it is. Do we want a website for that?
We don't need a website. We'll talk about that.
Okay, 'cause I feel like it'll be easier. You'll probably get more people if there was a website.
You're probably right. Only have a little landing page. It don't
Yeah,
have to be a full website.
yeah. No, it's quick. We got you.
Thanks.
Of course, y'all know the second edition of Black Wall Street is currently available for pre-order. We just sold out maybe 2-3 weeks ago at this point, but y'all can go to playblackwallstreet.com. That's www.playblackwallstreet.com to get your board game today. Go ahead and pre-order it. If you're one of those impatient people and you just need your game right now, you can get the Masterpiece Edition, which is on sale for $40 off the original price.
$40
$40 off
Mm.
the original price. So go to www.playblackwallstreet.com and get yourself a Masterpiece or pre-order the second edition. Um, Lastly, we've had some good build-up calls in the launcher community, right?
Yeah.
You doing some good numbers in there. I see you doing your thing. Well done, Queen. Congrats, congrats.
Thank you.
Big Vern's been doing some good numbers in there. Hopefully some other folks that have kind of come in and out, they found their way back. But if you're interested in getting support for your business, if you're interested in launching the business, or you just want a community of entrepreneurs to help you build up and hold you accountable to those amazing dreams you have, you can go to www.launchitcommunity.com. That's www.launchitcommunity.com. And you can join our free weekly accountability calls Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't sleep on it, right? Make that dream come true. The number one pathway in my head, right? There's two main ones, but according to Fidelity, 88% of self-made millionaires are entrepreneurs.
Gotta do it.
88% of self-made millionaires are entrepreneurs. So if you are a millionaire in the making, if you are an M4, right? Starting a business, entrepreneurship needs to be in your roadmap. So hope to see you. Launchcommunity.com. Come talk to us. Queen,
King.
Queen,
King.
Queen,
King.
Queen,
King.
Queen, 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 Queen,
King.
Queen. That's my
King.
queen. That's my queen.
That's my king. That's my king.
Oh, love it, love it, love it. So we appreciate y'all for tapping in to the M4 show. That's Melanated Married Millionaires in the making. Tell a friend. We gonna keep it rocking. We gonna keep it rolling, and we're gonna make it to an M. Hope you make it too. Queen, I'm your host, Devon Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd.
We still need an outro, but we hope y'all stay healthy. We
We
hope
hope you
y'all
stay
stay mentally
mentally wealthy.
wealthy. And of course, we hope y'all
Stay
stay true.
Thank you for tuning in to the True Health Forever podcast. We hope you learned something valuable that you can take and implement into your life. Now, we've all heard that sharing is caring, and this podcast is no exception. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, a family member, a coworker, a stranger walking down the street, anybody who you think can level up from this message. As always, we appreciate your support, and we'll talk to you next week. Be well.